YouTube, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, Mr. Business, coming back at you. I made a video last week, but I was cleaning out my phone, and even though when I went to go post it, it said it had no videos uploaded, but when I looked at my phone, it was right there. Needless to say, I couldn't upload my video from last week, so I'll give you a recap of what I said last week and what's going on this week. So, before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, I know you could be anywhere else on YouTube, but the fact that you clicked on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. So right now, I am on 85 North, headed to Mount Crawford, Virginia from Georgia. So yeah, that's my home load. It's going home. But anyway, I'd like to say rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. For those of you that don't know him, I'm not gonna get all off into that. He passed away. He passed away last week, the week before last. Very popular YouTuber, has some very interesting points that I thought he made, and when you speak truth, you get a lot of hate, and he did get his fair share of hate. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. All right, so let's start with the week before. Week before, I didn't get a settlement. I knew that was coming though, because I only did one load, and the one load covered everything except for like $193, which was cool. That was good, but I was expecting that. So then last Friday, I did a little over 4,000. Like I say, I always shoot for 4,000 as my minimum. So I did a little over 4,000 and brought home 15, a little over 15 after truck payment, fuel, and all that. And this week, this being Friday, I did 53 gross to the truck, and I brought home 21. I think it was like $21.99. So those are my numbers. And somebody asked me why I keep, mentioning my numbers. The reason why I keep mentioning my numbers is because as much as we get up here and complain and say the load board needs to do better, just want to let people know that it's you can still make something out here. You can. And which is gonna bring me into my next point. But you can still make something out here. So if you're not making anything, then you're gonna have to reevaluate what you're doing. And so that's why I mentioned my numbers. Yeah, I complain because I think it could be a lot better. But like I always say, that doesn't mean I ain't not bringing home anything. So, in saying that we lost another driver, I looked on the Facebook group and we lost another driver because he said this is, I think he said it was like his second week going on without a paycheck, and his second or third week, and I'm just not understanding, how these guys are running and not making a check. It baffles me. It really does. It really does. Like I say, I don't know everything, but I know how I'm gonna run to make a profit. I don't know everything, but I know how to run, so I'm making a profit. Like this week, for example, so this load going back up to Mount Crawford, this is gonna be load number 3 for me, I believe. Yeah, this is gonna be load number 3. And this week is not going to be a profitable week. Mainly because I didn't leave the house until Tuesday evening. Because it was just nothing on the load board. It was nothing on the load board worth me running. Let's put it that way. Not that there wasn't nothing on the load board. There was plenty of shit on the load board. And when I say shit, it's exactly what I mean. There's plenty of shit on the load board. It was just nothing on the load board for me to leave the house early. So I left the house later than what I wanted to run, what I wanted to do. So I left the house Tuesday. Picked up my load in Virginia Beach, which was right down the street from my house. Took that load to North Carolina, picked up in North Carolina. It was like 30 minutes away from my drop off. Took that load to Knoxville, Tennessee. And had to deadhead to Georgia to pick up this load to take it back to Mount Crawford. So those were my 3 loads. And I think I'm only gonna gross about 3,500. And I say I'm not gonna have. I'm anticipating not having a settlement or my settlement being very low because I really, next week the tolls come out and I'm expecting my toll bill to be quite high. So yeah, that's why I say I'm not expecting a real good settlement if I get one at all. So now notice when I say I'm not expecting to get a settlement, I know exactly why I'm not getting a settlement. And it's not because of just I'm out here running and I'm not getting a settlement. No. That's not it. No. I know exactly why when my settlements are going to be not there or very low. I know exactly why. I'm not moving from the house if I don't see anything on the load board that's not worth me taking. I do my very best not to take cheap freight. Another thing, last week, I'll give you an example. So last week, and this is how, like I say, I run. Last week, I spent, you got to know what you're spending too. Last week, I spent $1,500 in fuel. $1,500 in fuel. $1,300 of that was covered by a fuel surcharge. So, like when I do my loads, I definitely try to get loads with a fuel surcharge. And when I do my numbers, I don't include the fuel surcharge in my calculations of like what I'm gonna get for the week, because I know I'm gonna use that. So I'm not gonna, and I put in fuel surcharge. That's what I put in my truck. Whatever I give a fuel surcharge is exactly what I put in my truck for that fuel. Like for this trip right here, this trip gave me $490 in fuel. I just filled up before while I was in Georgia. I just filled up before I came out, but I only spent $450. No, it wasn't even $450. It was like $440. So I actually, am on the plus side of my fuel surcharge, and I try to run where my fuel surcharge, I have enough in there that carries me over to the next load. So yeah. So it's all about knowing your numbers, running your stuff right, and you gotta adapt to the game. You gotta adapt to the changing environment situations out here. Before, I really didn't care that much whether or not I got a fuel surcharge. That was last year. right now, shoot, I try to get nothing but loads that have fuel surcharge. So I just don't understand. It just bewilders me that people are out here running and getting absolutely no settlement. It just bewilders me. And I understand when you're getting it back to back to back, that shit hurts because we all got bills to pay. So I get it. I just don't understand, what they're doing. So I don't know. If any USA drivers out there feel like, you need some help, yo, you can always hit me up. I'm gonna make sure I put my email in the description box below. And if you need some help, you can always hit me up on the comment section, and I can tell you what I'm doing, and I can help you if you need it. So, but that's all I got for this week. Next week I start my week off pretty good. I pick up Sunday in North Carolina and head to Texas. That loads 26. With I think it was 24. I think with either $500 or $600 fuel surcharge, and then I pick up in Arkansas going up to PA. That load is $3,300, but they don't have no fuel surcharge. But I'll be good. So next week definitely should be shooting for to profit or take home to the truck. Shooting for at least between 6 and 8 to the truck. So we'll see what drops. You know what I'm saying? I try not to pre-plan no more than 2 loads out. So I feel like I got 2 loads already, and that just gets me to the middle of the week basically. So yeah, next week should be looking good. But alright, if you like content, hit the like button. Like the content, subscribe to the channel. You want to engage, definitely leave a comment below. Until next time, ladies.